What's going on, Jackson? What's going on? It's another Monday. It's another Monday. How was your weekend? I hope your weekend went well. I hope whatever trials and tribulations you went through, I hope that you was able to make it through safe and sound. But you're back here on another Monday. That means that whatever went down, hey, it went down. You took it as it came, and you're here. Welcome to the show. Yeah, today I had got up a little later on today because I was up late last night. Man, I was up to about 3 o'clock in the morning doing this bad scripting. It's just this bad scripting thing is like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's like crazy. But we getting it. We getting through it. We getting through it. We understanding it. We putting in the right information. But you know the main thing about it is fixing my problems. It ain't about fixing your problems. It's about fixing my problems. Because ain't that what it's really about? You being able to fix your problems. Because like with this, I'm starting to understand that if I can't fix my problems, how can I fix somebody else's problems? And that applies with this. Because like I get errors. I got to know what them errors ain't never problems. It's telling you, the computer is saying that there is a problem when you get an error. You can't ignore it. I can't ignore it. I got to know what that error is. So when that error comes up again, I know how to fix it. You see? And that's the same thing. Ain't that what life is about? Ain't that what life is about? Knowing when a problem comes up, you've seen it before, you know how to fix it. Man, I tell you the truth. Just by learning this, I'm learning a lot about life. I'm learning about the things that I know, but I'm just taking a refresher course, you know. So I mean, but that's the size of it though. What this thing I'm doing is, I'm not just learning how to come up with these different types of programs and let me say this, these different types of programs and syntaxes and all this kind of stuff in order to help my fellow man. If I can't fix myself with this, I can't help my fellow man. That's what I'm coming to refresh my course on of life with this right here. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been understanding and studying errors and fixing them as I go. You know what I'm saying? If I don't understand something, I stay right there. And that's what life is about. If there's a problem and it's not fixed, you're going to stay right there until it's fixed. Case in point, I had a problem with my sink last week, right? So luckily enough, I had to set a reserve notes to go and get me a new. I just had to went and got a whole new manifold spot. It's for my bathroom, right? And I'm like, I'm not moving until this is fixed. I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing nothing until this is fixed. See my point? And that's the way it is. My family don't understand. My brother, my sister, some of my cousins, but a lot of them don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But that's anytime when you run into an issue, hey, you got to stay there until it's finished. You can't get up and just walk out. You know? So, but anyway, I land my plane on that because but that's, I ain't want to bore. I don't want to bore you on that, but yeah, but that's what I've been doing. I've been studying. That's why I've been up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this, this thing, study these, this bash scripting and stuff like that on this computer, and trying to move forward with my life. But anyway, I ain't heard anything on J-Tran. That's kind of crazy. It's probably still in talking. I don't know. Either they in talking or they back moving again. Cause the mainstream media hadn't said anything. So I'm assuming them drivers probably went back to work. The strike probably over. I wouldn't doubt it. I'll make some phone calls today to find out for sure about what's the status on J-Tran, because I hadn't heard I heard anything over the weekend. Nothing, absolutely nada. Last thing I heard was on Friday that they was on strike, whatever, this, that, whatever, and they was still negotiating and everything like that. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah. But anyway, I was looking at something today, not today, yesterday. I get my days mixed up. So, swear to God. I was looking at this. I've been, I scouted the net sometimes, and I'm looking at. They had this Invest Fest over in Atlanta, Georgia, Earn Your Leisure, right? And some allegations was made. You know what I'm saying? Not accusations rather. Some accusations was made about, this wasn't meant for black folks only type situation. I heard the comments. I heard when one of them cats from Earn Your Leisure said it. I heard it, and I didn't know what kind of context to put it in. I didn't know what kind of context to put it in, because really I didn't know exactly what went down at with that Earn Your Leisure. Because I remember them talking about it, because I do follow them on their podcast. I follow them, and they had been advertising and talking about Invest Fest down in Atlanta, coming down to Atlanta, whatever, because they're from New York. And I was looking at those cats, and I'm like, So, but anyway, so when it all went down, boom, 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 there was like, something was going. Because I heard that the gist of it was, I guess they wanted the city to pay them something, and the people has already paid them to get in InvestFest. And I was like, wow, that's strange. That's kind of strange. So my man Willie D. That's all I can say. Yo, let me tell you, Willie D is a funny cat. Funny cat. Let me tell you why. Because he had two individuals on there yesterday morning, and they was talking about, it was a lady and a fellow, and a fellow was on there, and they was talking about, the fellow was a psychiatrist or psychologist, and the other lady, she was an activist, and I can't forget her, because she has dealt directly with the Carmela Anthony case, and the Nolan Wells case, right? If you ever check it, go on there and take a look at his video, because She dropped some jewels on there about what they told her. Yo, it's worth looking at. Shout out to Willie D for that one, and no joke. Shout out to Willie D for that one, because they did not want her on her show, because she wanted to talk about what's going on. You know, she wanted to talk about what's going on down there in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. She wanted to talk about what's going on over there in Texas. You know what I'm saying, with this young man calling her on the phone. This young man's pops calling her on the phone, keeping it up. Hey, come on, man. And they ain't want to talk to her, get the exclusive on that? Nah. Yo, she came with the real, though. Real talk. I mean, look. Either way it go, I'm not finna sit here and say anything bad about those cats. Nothing. Because I don't believe in dissing nobody. I'm not finna diss nobody, because the way I hear things and the way you hear things is two different. You know, we interpret it two different ways. You know, if it's just you and me. But if I hear it and you hear it the same way, yeah, that's a problem. There's a problem. That's why I try to hear something before somebody else get in my ear. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I analyze. I analyze it first before anybody get in my ear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I heard. I can't think of the fella's name, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't hear what a lot of folks heard. Only thing I heard was frustration. I just heard frustration. I'm not, for me, let's go. For a minute, I got, my radio's on in my room. Let me go turn this off. Here it come. I'm sorry about that, audience. Yeah, but like I was saying, you know, I heard it first. I mean, I heard homeboy was talking, but like I said, all thing I heard was frustration. I heard frustration. I don't know exactly what went down. You know, I don't think these guys is malice. I don't think these guys is negligent. I don't think none of that. I just think that they was acting in frustration. See, number one, I'm quite sure these cats have been all over the planet. Quite sure. But one thing about it, when you're dealing with us, black folk, they're black too, but when you're dealing with us, we're gonna criticize each other. You know, that's why we call that snapping. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, they should know. Them cats should know. They up there with me. We snapping on each other. But the older folks call it playing the dozens. Then they started calling ranking, and now they get further down in the South, they call it getting out. I'm getting out. I know you ain't trying to get out on me. You know, peace to peace to Jacktown. I think Jacktown put that out. But I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, you know, I didn't get that. I didn't get that with with Earn Your Leisure. You know, I just got those brothers were frustrated, and I just think that somewhere in that they didn't know how to handle. That's what I got in them. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But from listening to them, those guests on Willie D's show yesterday. Whew, man, I don't know what to think now. I don't know what to think now. That was because she was raw with it, and she said she was trying to hold it, but she just couldn't hold her water. And what they did to her. But nevertheless, although that happened, right? I think her name was Taya or something. Tasia. Tay. Something. It was something with a T. But I can't remember. But she's an activist. But I'm sorry if you view this video. I'm sorry if I butchered her name. But I know. But it's on Willie D's podcast from yesterday. And he was talking about Earn Your Leisure. But but you need to look at that thing all the way through, because it was almost right at the end when she started talking about it, and it wasn't like it wasn't like no setup type thing. Willie D didn't even know she was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time hearing it. So just go on there and take a look at it, because shout out to Willie D for that once again. But yeah, like I said, but that was a bombshell. It was a bombshell. But I'm gonna remain with an open mind, because I'm gonna hear what they have to say about that. Because eventually that's gonna come out the wash. That's gonna come out the wash. So. And like I said, issues like that. I mean, let me tell you something. You're not gonna please everybody. You're not gonna please everybody. So, you can get that out your mind. You know what I'm saying? That Earn Your Leisure thing. I mean, that was the first time that thing went down. I guess it was new to them cats. You know what I'm saying? And they had to deal with black folks with that magnitude. But some of the comments that they made, I didn't agree with. I did not agree with. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard this come from them. You know what I'm saying? That, but one thing that was said made sense. The majority of the people that is supporters of them are us. So there should be some type of attitude of gratitude when it comes to that type of stuff. So look, and that's the only thing that I have to say about that, because it's not, it's not like I said, that's something it's not gonna go away for a minute, because a lot of folks talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, now we know Atlanta's the melting pot. You know what I'm saying? That's like the mecca where black folks is at. You know what I'm saying? I get between there and Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, as far as doing business, yeah, that's like the mecca. You know what I'm saying? And so, and they knew that the majority of folks out there was going to support them. That's why they went to Atlanta. That's why they went to the ATL and to that venue and did that. You know what I'm saying? Because what's that sister name? The Queen of AI. She does things in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do a lot of different venues in Atlanta. Les Brown did something in Atlanta. It's like the melting pot where black folks gonna spend some money. So they went down there and all that. You know what I'm saying? So But shouts out to them. I mean, no bull crap. Shouts out to Earn Your Leisure for attempting to do something like that, because like I said, but like I said, I don't know what the intent was, but I know what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Black folks is just trying to get about their situation. You know what I'm saying? Don't come down here to Jacktown and say the majority folks in Jackson, Mississippi is 80%, and you coming down here and say, nah, this not really, this is not really a whole thing for black folks. Come on, B. Do your stinking homework before you come to Jackson. Understand that this is an 80% town. You know what I'm saying? Small little town. It's smaller than Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Smaller than Flint. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Understand what you're coming up against before you come here and decide to get a venue and make a presentment. Nah. Do your homework. And then you will come, and then don't come, and if you don't get the set to turn out like you should, you bash the city. You bash the city. Man, you won't get welcome back in the city no more. You will not get welcome back in the city of Jackson no more. Off the rip. You know, I can't speak, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. You know? Because you refuse to do your homework. Man, come on, what kind of issue is that? What kind of issue is that? Hey, what can I say? You know what I'm saying? To each his own, though. To each his own. But like I said, good luck to those brothers that Earn Your Leisure. I'm still gonna follow them. I'm still gonna listen to a lot of things that they do say is 10-10. You know what I'm saying? You know? Well, that's it for me this morning. I just wanted to come on here and say what's up. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Hey, look, listen. Yeah, but I'll definitely have a decent report on that J-Train stuff tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, to find out what's really going on, because I'm quite sure folks probably back at work. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace out.